Hey guys, how's it going? My face itches because I need to shave. Why am I talking like a baby retard? I don't fucking know. But this shit is ridiculous. I'm gonna take care of it today. In this, because all my hair is losing it, and I'd really love to shave it all off, but I don't want to look like a skinhead. I don't think white people can really pull off the bald head as efficiently as they think they can. Not like other races, because we don't have, they don't have Aryan nation attached to their whiteness or lack thereof. But anyways, I don't know. This morning things are going kind of whatever. I'm gonna do some Krampus work, try to get some artwork done today, and a whole bunch of shit, cleaning and housework and all this stuff. And yeah, or either that or today or tomorrow. Today might just be art, shaving, and get my shit together. Um, I've seen some posts from a fellow artist, a young woman who's a beautiful black painter, and she posted things about life, and I thought I would take this time to try and sum it up quickly and shortly what the artistic mind and the artistic world has meant to me and what it's done to me. Um, Simply put, if you're not an artist, if you're not an artistic person, this completely seems like irrelevant to you, or you can't understand. And maybe you can because you're human beings, but in the same turn you may not. And I don't want, bearing in mind, I don't want to say any of this shit and come off as artist or higher than anyone. But in the same turn, those gifted with vision, I feel, are sorely underappreciated and sorely misunderstood in this world. So today, I would like to try real quick to sum up what it's like, at least in my personal journey, to be an artist, and why it led me down the path of suicide, and why it led me down the path of just losing my fucking mind in general, and why it still leads me down a path of being on that danger, and why we're in danger constantly as artists, and why maybe you can understand why there's such a high suicidal rate amongst artists of any sort, comedians, musicians, actors, whatever, in any medium. And I mean, if you look up the history of arts in general, there has been a storied, history of pain, abuse, and mental illness, all the way back as far as Van Gogh. Van Gogh had severe mental illness, and so on and so forth. You look at, Chris Cornell and Robin Williams and Kurt Cobain, and which I still believe was murdered, but that's beside the point. But to sum it up, basically, I've tried to define it over the years, but the closest definition I could come to now is artists are like a mirror for your world. We reflect and absorb constantly everything. Most artists, whether inadvertently or unknowingly, we train ourselves to absorb details. Actors absorb details about everything, about the human condition, like movement and inflection and blah blah blah. Graphic artists, comic book artists absorb all that as well. Painters absorb all that as well. At least the ones worth their salt. Now, I mean, I may go into further explanation later as to why the arts are being corrupted in America, more or less around the world. But that's it. We're mirrors. Everything that happens in an artist's life every day is trapped or reflected in that mirror. But we're a mirror that captures everything as well. Imagine, if you will, a mirror that simultaneously reflects things back at you, but yet captures everything it sees every moment, every second, every instant that is in front of that mirror. And essentially, our art is the way to let that shit out. While we simultaneously reflect those moments, we simultaneously capture them and absorb them into our hearts and our souls. And in that instance, a lot of artists don't know how to vent it. They don't know how to regulate it. I've found various ways of outlashing or venting the anger and the rage and the psychosis of being an artist. Because you just absorb every fucking thing. Like I said, me personally, I write, I draw comics, I do stories. I want to do compelling narratives. So I really go to the darkness of the human condition. Meaning, and I've stated this before, I watch videos of real murders, real crimes, fucked up things, stuff like that. And, like, for example, researching criminal elements and stuff like that, or prisons or whatever. I mean, it will simultaneously enlighten you, but yet you can't walk away from those things without feeling something. You can't walk away from those things without experiencing something. And I think my journey, that's where eventually I got to the point of spinning off the rails, really, is the separation dissolved between what was my personal life and what I had inside that I couldn't vent because, essentially my time was taken up by a day job. That's a big problem a lot of artists have right now is, basically paying the bills and trying to pursue their work at the same time. You only have so much energy. You only have so many hours in a day. A lot of artists, I think, become addicted to substances and everything else just to cope with the voices in their head, to cope with the stains of society, but also to, basically, fucking find the energy and motivation and to go numb to the amount of work we have to do just to get fucking simple recognition now. Most of the artists I know are fucking broke. That we're fucking broke. We have no support systems. We have little. I mean, everybody will come to your page and come to your art and say, "Oh, you're doing a good job," but nobody fucking buys shit. Nobody spends money on it. And you look at the world, and I don't know about other artists, but me myself, I look at the world, and it's like, well, you're willing to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, literally, of your life on corporations who don't give a fuck about you, who ain't contributing shit to our world except destroying it, but yet the artists are, we're secondary. And everybody loves to get free work off of us, don't they? They love to say, I love your work so much, and it's coming. It's kind of like with a girl when she knows a guy's about to ask her for sex. It's like, okay, he bought me dinner, he bought me this shirt, what's coming next? They're gonna fuck you, that's what. Or try to. And that's been my experience in the arts is, you see little signs and lead ups going to, the screw job, which is basically, it's coming. And it's like, and I've had this through art groups. That's another thing you gotta watch out about some of these art groups, man, is like there's some people out there who, are unprofessional as fuck. And, excuse me, I spit. They go online and they, we'll just post up something like, like recently I had a young woman who was in an art group and she posted up something like, I need an artist to help me with my vision and blah, 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 blah. And she was promising payment. And I'm like, okay. So I just hit her up with a message and I'm like, okay, what's up with the payment or what's up with the project? I could work on a sliding scale. I mean, I did everything. I could be adaptable for you. Anything, just interested to see what the fucking project was, to be honest with you. Never heard back from her, never got any contacts, never got any follow-up, and I'm like, well, what the fuck is going on? And that's a lesson to all you people out there who are not artists. If you approach an artist online and you're talking about buying work, fucking follow up, man. If you're not going to buy it, just say no. And if you are going to buy it, then dedicate and commit yourself to that. As of right now, I no longer fucking sit there and start anything until there's a down payment on my work. You got to have a deposit or else. Like, I'm not fucking starting work for you because I've been burned too many times myself by people. And, as a matter of fact, hell, I even had it so bad with one person, this young man who wanted me to do a Zelda tribal armband for him. He lost like $30 because he didn't follow up and he was not dedicated to the project. And I started, I told him, I'm like, okay, there's a deposit that you need to pay. And he paid me $30 to do this project, and he never followed up or never contacted me or never did anything. And he actually just disappeared one day. And I'm like, okay, well, you just lost $30. That's non-refundable. And I don't feel bad about that, because it's like, art takes fucking time and energy and thought and creation. And everybody wants to praise artists about what they can do, but yet nobody wants to fucking sit there and pay for this shit. Do you go out to a plumber and you say, wow, you could fix my entire house and you could do all this and you're really great at what you do. Can you do it for free? What fucking plumber is going to do that? Do you do that to electricians? Do you do that to fucking construction workers? No? Well, then don't fucking do it to artists, dude. Because it's like, literally, you really got to look and understand that a lot of these kids, a lot of these people are fucking starving. A lot of artists don't make it. That's hey, if you want to be an artist, guess what? Chances are you may not make it. You know how they tell a lot of kids who are going into football and, basketball and all that stuff with young athletes now, that not everybody makes it to the NFL? They don't. They really don't. Not everybody can make it to the NFL. There is only so much room at the top. And that is unfortunate, but that's the truth. Not every artist is going to make it in this world. Not every artist, and that's the thing, is that you journey down the path, especially online, since we're all so connected now, for long enough, you see the madness, you see the mental illness, you see everything consuming artists every day. You see poverty. You see the American system swallowing up and eating these kids whole and spitting them out. And especially now going into Christmas, you guys got to understand that this could be a really big time to support your artists. This could be a really big time to put your money where your mouth is. If you like people's art, buy gifts, man. Buy art. If you know somebody who's an art lover who would like the artist you're seeing, buy gifts. And at the very least, at the very fucking least, dude, if you don't buy anything, share them across social media. Get attention to their works, because this online media is a fucking it's an audience for all of us. And you may not buy it, but the shares, the person that we run across eventually will buy it and will make our life. That is our life. Trust me, every day an artist spends doing a day job or anything but their art is a fucking torture. Now, whether you want to admit that or not, or understand that or not, that's fucking irrelevant. That's the way it is, dude. We would rather be doing art and creating and making the world a better place or whatever than making that fucking money at a day job. And that's true artists. Now, to go further into what I mentioned earlier, there's true artists and then there's fucking bootleg artists. There's true artists and everybody nowadays, that's another problem in the community. Every fucking body who can draw a squibble on a piece of paper is considered themselves an artist. Okay? It's not everybody. Okay? Not everybody is an artist, and everybody can do art, but there's a lot of people who haven't earned it yet. There's a lot of people who haven't put in the time. There's a lot of people who haven't put in the effort. Look for the people who've been in the art game for a long time and never made it anywhere, and help them. Help the people who have been in it for the longest. And and that's what pisses me off, is people know what they're doing. And that's what really gets me about online media. Simultaneously, people will say, I don't know what I'm doing, and I never knew about the arts, and blah, blah, blah. Well, now you know. My video is proof, and you could share it or do whatever. I don't make money off of it, but you could sit there and fucking throw this up in people's faces that now you know. Now you know what the fuck the artist goes through. And if you don't believe me, but by all means, look it up. I challenge you every time I say something to fucking go out there and look it up and research it. Because trust me, I have. Do you think I say half the shit I say because I'm ignorant? No, I say half the shit I say is because I've seen it. I don't talk about shit unless I've seen proof and evidence to back up what I feel in my heart of hearts is true. And, you got to believe me when I say that I've been watching this shit for years. Like no less than probably 10 years I've been observing and absorbing this shit through MySpace, Facebook, YouTube, every medium you could think of outside all that with comedian stories and Hollywood and blah, 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 blah. I mean, the story's still the fucking same. People love artists, but they hate to actually financially support them or do whatever. They always want us to do shit for free. And me for one, I'm very angry and tired and disenfranchised of that shit. It's like, there is very few. There might be a handful, meaning like literally 4 or 5 projects I would actually consider doing for free. Now, if I create something myself and I do it for free, that's completely different because I see that as a philanthropic, if not commercial kind of thing where I can possibly gain attention off of that because I'm giving something to get something. But in the same turn, it's like, goddamn, man, like, literally we're dying out here. And that's the American system in itself, right? Is that we could simultaneously acknowledge and yet ignore everything fucking going wrong with our society. We could simultaneously find a convenient hashtag to make you look like a black rights activist on fucking Twitter with hashtag Black Lives Matter, which disappeared, by the way, and white people stopped using it once it became dangerous. That's true. I've seen that shit happen. But yeah, not do anything to fucking fix it in the real world or anywhere else. And it's just as simple as sharing, promoting, and spreading the artist you love across social media. That's it. You share their works, not their memes. Share their works. Share everything. Well, I mean, their memes too if they made it, but you got to understand, just share their artwork. Share their page. Find their personal Facebook art page. Ask them, what's your personal Facebook art page? I want to share it. That's it. And do the best you can to bring eyes onto them if you're not going to buy their work. Bring eyes to them. Bring people to them. Because trust me, there are people out there who will recognize it and promote them and do other things and make their life. You can make someone's life. You could change their life. And keep them from putting a bullet in their head or a noose around their neck or giving up on the arts. For all we know, we've had 15,000 Van Goghs disappear from the face of the earth in the last 20 years. We have no fucking clue. All because people did not share and promote people's artwork that they loved. Just that simple. Well, this is running long and I got to go get shit done today. So I'm going to go get shit done today. And I'm going to draw and I'm going to do stuff. And if you see it in my artworks that you like and you don't want to buy any artwork off of me, that's fine. Just please share it across social media. If you see that with other artists, please do the same. One purchase can change a person's life. And if you see any philanthropic campaigns where artists are promoting charities for themselves, don't shame them. Fucking help them. Donate $5, $10, $1, $2, whatever. And share it across social media. Because that shit can change the world. That artist can go out tomorrow to make the piece that's going to change your fucking world. Believe that. Okay? And that's it, guys. I'll see you later. I'm going to go get this shit off my face because my face is so itchy. Daddy, it itches. That's a joke. Anyways, have a good day.